Hello friends, good morning and welcome to this class. Today we shall take our last chapter on geography, and it is talking about a very interesting topic. It is about transport and communications, and in fact they are known as lifelines of our national economy. That is the title of the chapter itself. Lifelines of national economy, because without this transportation and communication the economy cannot grow, will remain within. We have already learned about globalization and so on. So without these roads, without means of transportation and communication, it is simply impossible to develop the trade and the business, especially the international trade. Therefore they are known as lifelines. If they are not there, then there will be no life. So let us learn about all the roads and the other means of transport, and also about communication. So you can take last lesson, lesson number 7, page 81. So we use different materials and services in our daily life. Some of these are available in our immediate surroundings, while other requirements are met by bringing things from other places. Goods and services do not move from supply locales to demand locales on their own. The movement of these goods and services from their supply locations to demand locations necessitates the need for transport. So we are aware about how important transport is in our life. I think we don't need to learn much about the importance of transportation. We are all know, if there is no transportation, then the people will be stranded, the things will be stranded there, and they will take such a long time to reach their destination, to move on foot. All the times people were doing that, but now the development has taken place. The transportation, different types of vehicles are available for transporting people, for transporting things, and so on. So for transporting things, if the company is going on producing things there and it will remain in the factory, then nobody will come and buy, and therefore it will be simply accumulated there. But if there is a transportation available, it can be moved to a place where there is demand, that is in the market. They can reach it to the market. That will be the right thing for us to do. So we have all the things available in the market because of the availability of the transport system, the roads and the vehicles. Otherwise we all would have remained without the availability of these things. And some people are engaged in facilitating these movements, and these are known to be traders who make the products come to the consumers by transportation. Thus, the place of development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement over space. Therefore, efficient means of transport are prerequisites for fast development. So if these goods are not moved from one place to the another, what will happen? The things will be produced again and again, and it will be remaining in the godown, it will be remaining in the factory, and the people will not get access to it. And then if the people don't buy, then the producers will lose. They may go on producing, but how can they get the benefit? How can they get the profit? They will be running on a loss, and they will be closing down the factory, and at the end the development will stop, the production will stop. So in order to avoid all these things, we need to have efficient means of transport as the prerequisite for development. So if the development has to take place, then first thing is the transport system should develop. So otherwise it is not going to develop. So a prerequisite for development is the transport system. And meanwhile, movement of these goods and services can be over three important domains of our earth, that is land, water and air. So three types of transport: land, that is road and railway, then water transport, then the third one is air transport, the fastest. Then, based on this, transport can also be classified into land, water and air transport. Then, for a long time, trade and transport were restricted to a limited space. So, all the times when this development had not taken place, the trade and transport were restricted to a limited space, because we are not able to carry things to abroad and sell it there. We are not able to import things from the other countries. It was limited only within an area, within a space. Then, with the development of science and technology, the area of influence of trade and transport expanded far and wide. But when science and technology developed, we developed modern technology or modern equipments, machines, vehicles and so on. And with that, the goods also started moving from place to place, and that way our trade was expanded far and wide. Then today, the world has been converted into a large village with the help of efficient and fast moving transport. So today, we call the world as a global village, as a big village, as a single village, because from moving from one place to another, it will take only maximum 1 or 2 days. All the times when there was no means of transportation, we used to move from one village to another village or from one district to another district, and we used to move on leg, on foot, and we used to take even days and weeks and months and so on. But now, to move from one place to the other place, other corner of the earth, we need only hardly 2 days or 3 days. So that shows that the distance has become very less, and therefore it is no longer a different village. The entire world is a single village. That is how we can conclude now, because of the fast means of transportation. And transport has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system. Therefore, transport, communication and trade are complementary to each other. So, this transport has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system. So if this communication system is not yet developed, then the road will not be of that useful. So we need to contact, maybe phone, now emails are there. Within few seconds, the message that you send, it will reach the destination and they are able to read it and take action. And so the development of communication is also very much important. Without that, the other development becomes very less effective. And today we can see the classification of transport system. So means of transport, we can divide them into three: land transport, water transport and air transport. The land transport we can divide into three again. What are they? Roadways, railways and pipelines. So the pipelines only meant for carrying things. Other one can carry people also, but pipelines is not meant for transporting people, but transporting the goods like liquid things, oil and so on. Then water transport also can be two types. One is inland, one is overseas. That is internal transport within the country and also going through ocean to reach to the other country. That is another one. Then air transport also can be divided into two. That is, one is domestic airways Another one is international airways. That is, domestic means within our country. We're not going outside the country, but within the country. That is called domestic. Then international means can go all around, all over the world. Then this domestic airway can be divided again into two. That is, there are public undertaking, another one is private airline. So earlier we said about public industry and private industry and so on. So public means the owner is government. So it is owned by the government. That is meaning of public airlines or public undertaking. Then the private people are also rich enough, some of them, and they are able to buy aeroplane and start on their own. That is called private airlines. So these are the means of transport. We shall see them a little later one by one. Then now, today India is well linked with the rest of the world despite its vast size. So you know the size of India is very big, and in spite of the vast size, we are linked with all the countries in the world. So though India has got vast size, diversity and linguistic problems and socio-cultural plurality, we are able to reach out to others, we are able to reach every part of the world in spite of all these differences. Then railways, airways and waterways, newspapers, radio, television, cinema and internet, etc. have been contributing to its socio-economic progress in many ways. You can underline. What are the factors contributing to the socio and economic progress in our country? What are they? First of all, railways, roadways, waterways, airways, newspapers, radio, television, cinema, internet. So all these are responsible for the socio-economic progress of our country. And the trades from local to international levels have added to the vitality of its economy. It has enriched our life and added substantially to the growing amenities and facilities for the comforts of life. So it has enriched our life. What has enriched our life? The vitality of its economy. The economy of our country has been good. What is the reason? Because of this, the transportation, means of transportation and communication that have helped, or that has helped us to experience a lot of development in our economy. We can say we have become richer because of this development of transport and communication, because when these have developed naturally our trade will be developed and we will be earning more foreign exchange, and therefore the overall growth of our country also will be increasing. Then in this chapter you will see how modern means of transport and communication serve as lifelines of our nation and its modern economy. So in this lesson, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn that how these modern means of transport and communication, how they are serving as a lifelines of our nation and its modern economy. So that is our title itself, our lifelines of economy. So how can we say this road and transport, they are the lifelines of our economy? That's what we are going to find out. How is it possible to call them as lifelines? And it is thus evident that a dense and efficient network of transport and communication is a prerequisite for local, national and global trade today. So if you want to do any trade, whether it's a local trade or national trade or international trade, what do we need? We need a well connected and a very effective network of transport and communication. So these two are needed, transport and communication. otherwise it is not going to be effective at all. So now let us see one by one. Let us see about the transport first. Afterwards we will see about communication. So among the transports, the most important one is roadways. So the roadways. And India has one of the largest road networks in the world, aggregating to about 2.3 million kilometers at present. So India has got one of the largest network of roads in the world. And if you put all the roads together, all the roads in our country together, how many kilometers long it will be? It will be 2.3 million kilometer. So the total length of the roads in India will be 2.3 million kilometers if you measure all the roads in our country. And now it may be much more even. And in India, roadways have preceded railways. So which one came first, road or railway? The road came first. Before the railway came, the roads were established in India. They still have an edge over railways in view of ease with which they can be built and maintained. So even now in India, more than the railways, people prefer, or the authorities prefer, to have road. What is the reason behind? Because of with ease it can be built. Building road is more easy, and maintenance also. So building and maintenance of road is more easy than building and maintaining railways. Because of that, the people in India are preferring to have more roads. The growing importance of road transport vis-a-vis rail transport is rooted in the following reasons. A. Construction cost of roads is much lower than that of railway lines. So let us see why the roads are more important than railways in India. Let's see what is the reason. First of all, we said it can be built easily and easily maintained as well. So the construction cost of roads is much lower than that of railways. So first thing is the construction cost, the cost of constructing. Why? The cost is less cost. We can construct it with less expense. Then the roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. So another reason is that roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. So railway, they cannot climb and go down. They must be always moving in the straight line and in the same level. But for road it is not necessary. We can see even top of the mountain roads are going, and some of our tourist centers, they are on hilltop and the roads are reaching there to reach people there for the tourism. But railway line, it is not possible. It will not climb. That is another reason. So roads can be constructed anywhere, everywhere. The topography, the top of the soil, whether it is hill or valley, it is not much worried. But the train will have to go only on the plain areas. Then the third reason is roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes, and as such can traverse mountains such as the Himalayas. So that we already said that roads can traverse even the higher gradients of slopes. So even if the slope is very steep, the roads can reach. For example, it has reached even the places such as Himalayan mountains. Roads are there, people can go there, especially the tourists take occasion to go there. So that is an opportunity, but we can never think about making the railway possible reach on top of the Himalayas. It is not possible, only road is possible. Then the fourth reason is road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over the short distance. Suppose we want transport few people, then it is not worth hiring a train. It will be very expensive. Train is very long, and if the people are not there, if the train is not full, then it will be a loss. But if only few people are there, or only few things are there, then take a small gadi, a small vehicle, and that will be more economical, that will be more profitable for the person concerned. So train is used for carrying bulky things and which has to go very far away, long distance, then train is used. But if it is for few people or for little things and for short distance, then the vehicles are more important. Therefore roads will be used for this running these vehicles. Then another thing is it also provides door-to-door service, thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower. And another important thing about road is that it can have delivery at our door. So if you buy something, one truckload of things you are buying, it can go to the godown, load from the go down and then bring to your house at your doorstep, it can be unloaded. So from the place of origin and up to the place of destiny, it can come. In between there is no need of changing and so on. The same vehicle can from the beginning till the end can carry things. So that way we save a lot of money. Otherwise we have to hire another gadi, then we will have to load, unload, a lot of expenses will be there. Train means that is a problem. If you want to take something from the factory, train cannot go up to the factory. So first it has to be loaded into the truck, then the truck will come to the place where the train is remaining and it will be loaded into the train again. Then train will carry it. Afterwards it cannot come to my house. So again I have to hire one truck, take out, unload these things from the train and load into the truck, then I have to take it to the home. So I have more expenses. How many times I had to load, unload? No, 3 times at least I had to do. But if it is by truck means only one time loading and one time unloading is enough. So that is another advantage. From door to door delivery is possible. Then another important thing about it is road transport is also used as a feeder to other modes of transport, such as they provide a link between railway stations, air and seaports. Another thing is that we just now said about the example of train, things carried by train. The train cannot go to the godown and load the thing and carry to the destination. So we are depending, even if we want to transport things by train, if it is very heavy things and we have to go long distance, then it is always better to carry by train. But the train cannot take the things by itself. We need to first take the truck and go to the factory, load all the things, and the truck is needed to carry these things up to the railway station. So whether you are carrying by railway station, train, then it has to be carried to the railway station, or if you are carrying it by ship, then you have to carry the things by truck up to the port, or if you are carrying it by aeroplane, then the truck has to carry these things up to airport. So the importance of truck, the usefulness of truck cannot be ruled out. Even if you are choosing train or plane or ship, the service of road is also important to reach the things at least up to the port. That is another reason why the road transport is very important in our country. Then in India, roads are classified in the following 6 classes according to their capacity. Look at the map of national highways and find out about the significant role played by these roads. So we have so many roads are there, so many types of roads are there, and you can see some roads are kacha roads, no black topping, or it is never repaired, never maintained, and if the vehicle is going, it will be splashing water on all around. the people who are walking on the side, all their dress gets dirty and so on. So we are more familiar with such kind of slushy roads, no? So but there are good quality roads are also there in other parts of the country. Let us see some of them. So one is called Golden Quadrilateral Super Highways. Very long name. What are they called? Golden Quadrilateral Super Highways. So golden means golden. Quadrilateral means, what is quarter? You know quarter? Quarter means 1/4, is not. So quadrilateral means fourth. No? So golden quadrilateral super highways. So the government has launched a major road development project linking Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi by 6-lane super highways. So there is a highway starting from Delhi, touching Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi. So it will be touching these 5 places: Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and it will be reaching back to Delhi again. That's why it is called quadrilateral. These 4 places: Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai and Mumbai. So then it will be connecting back to Delhi again. So that's why quadrilateral, connecting these 4 metro cities of our country. And it is 6-lane super highways. 6 lane. Lane means one lane is for one line for vehicle to go. So there are 6 lanes are there. That means at a time 6 vehicles can go without giving side. You don't have to give side for another vehicle. There is enough roads are there. So if you want to go in the first line or second line or third line, so you don't have to give side for other vehicle. No need to worry about. If they want, they will go by another. So it is very broad road. 6 lanes are there. However, hardly 2 vehicles can go at a time, isn't it? So 6 lane means it will be very broad. That is the most important road in our country, starting from Delhi and going up to Chennai. Then the North-South Corridor linking Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir and Kanyakumari, and East-West Corridor connecting Silchar and Porbandar are part of this project. So this road, it is also connecting with North-South Corridors, that is starting from Srinagar, that is Jammu and Kashmir, and Tamil Nadu, that is Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu, and East-West Corridor connecting Silchar, that is in Assam, and Porbandar, that is in Gujarat, are part of this project. So starting from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, that is from north to south, then from the Assam to Gujarat, that is from west to east. So connecting the India from all the 4 corners. Then the major objective of these super highways is to reduce the time and distance between the mega cities of India. So these roads are made very broad, so people can travel very fast and the distance is reduced. That is the purpose. So from one main city to another main city in the country, the distance should not be too long. People should be able to reach faster. That is the purpose. That's why government has made this road as very broad road. So people don't need to delay their travel, their journey. They will be able to reach faster. Then, so you can underline what is the major objective of the super highways. What are they? To reduce the distance between the mega cities of India. That is the purpose. Then these highway projects are being implemented by National Highway Authority of India. You can underline that also. So who is in charge of the super highways? Who are they? It is called National Highway Authority of India. So this is maintained by government, and government has appointed an authority in order to look after these roads. the super highway. So it is very important road in our country, therefore it has to be looked after well. Therefore government has entrusted to NHAI, National Highway Authority of India. That is the authority, that is the organization responsible for maintaining these roads. So for today we shall stop, and the next class we will continue with another type of road called national highways. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.